You mentioned that Percona was a bootstrap company, which I think is both very admirable and also, most of the companies we've talked to so far were venture backed. So I want to dig into this a little bit. What was the very first dollar that Percona made? Can you tell us about how Percona first started to get off the ground as a business?
Yeah, I think that was quite interesting. So one thing I think what you may ask kind of why, right, in this case. And for me, I think what is very interesting was I was a MySQL the staff member right before I started Percona. And I think as MySQL raised VC, right, and that was like a huge change of a culture from saying, hey, you know what, we are weird kind of to revolutionize the world, right, and to do that kind of goodness and first and foremost, right, to saying, well, you know what, we raised the money and first and foremost we had to make money for people who trusted us as first money. Right, that is a very different culture, in my opinion. Right, and I cannot say, well, I've been through, let's say, 10 startups, and that's always the case. But what I can say is, I kind of had PTSD from MySQL at that time. Right, saying, well, you know what? No, raising VC ruins companies. Right, and that is why we decided to bootstrap. Right, and by the time I probably got over my PTSD, right, we were in a shape, right, what we have been, making enough money so that joining with VC was a lot less more attractive, right? Now, speaking about Percona, one thing is important here is what before we started to go and implementing a lot of open source software, we started as a services business, right? And I think that is actually quite cool, right? Because the path to revenue is a lot shorter, but then that also means what the customers are educating you about their needs, right? And you develop market understanding much better. Now, I think mistake a lot of people make is this, right? They say, well, I am working at Google, Facebook, right? Or, you pick some Silicon Valley darling, right? And with that means I know everything. I know it at such scale what most people in this universe can't even imagine, right? But you know what they may not recognize is what they only understand one approach. Google approach, right, or Facebook approach, right? All those companies, right, they have some sort of internal culture and approach, right, which may be very different in other companies, right? And that is exposure to all those kind of companies, right, can give you a really breadth of a market, right? You understand different programming languages, right, or development style, deployment styles, right, whatever. So, and I think that is very wonderful, very important, right, when you're kind of going to start the focus more on a product.